Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Mahabharat character series class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing the life of Yudhishthir Maharaj, and last time we discussed how Yudhishthir Maharaj, by his wisdom and by his knowledge of religion, he answered all the questions of Yaksha and revived all his brothers back to life. And then we also saw how they spent 1 year in Agyatavas in the kingdom of Virat, and all the Pandavas, they were disguised and they were playing such a humble menial role. Yudhishthir was a Brahmana, behaving as a Brahmana. Arjuna had become a eunuch because of the curse of Urvashi. Bhima was a cook in the kitchen of king. Draupadi was humbly and menially serving the queen as a Sairindri. So in this way they spent their 1 year in Agyatavas and then they came out and they requested Duryodhan to give back their kingdom. But Duryodhan as he was, he did not even want to give a place which occupies the tip of a needle, you know. And then the war was evident. So all the Pandavas and the Kauravas they assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. They had amassed huge armies. So that's what we discussed so far. So now on the first day of the battle, first day of the Mahabharat, all the warriors were there on the battlefield, face to face. Yudhishthir, as he was the leader, he was the king of the Pandavas. To the surprise of everyone, he took out his armor and he started walking towards the Kauravas. Everybody was shocked. Pandavas were shocked. And Kauravas, they started jeering. They started thinking, oh, now Yudhishthir is afraid. He has understood that he cannot defeat us in the war. So therefore, we think, they were thinking that Yudhishthir is coming to surrender. And that's how they were laughing and they were making so many of the statements. Yudhishthir, he walked without caring for any of these statements. He went right up to Bhishma and he offered his obeisances and sought his blessings. He said, O venerable grandfather, although you are our worshipable and venerable father and grandfather, you are the grandsire of the entire Kuru dynasty, and we are supposed to serve you. But by the will of providence, now we are put in front of you in the war. You have protected us always. So please give us blessings so that we can fight and win this war. Bhishma, he was so very overwhelmed by the nobility and the virtue of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Always Bhishma always, he had such a soft corner for Pandavas, and seeing the humility of Yudhishthir, he was completely overwhelmed. He said, O king, I am so very touched by your humility and such respect you have given to me. And he said, if you would have not come to ask blessings, it would have been impossible for you to win this war. But now, because you have come, you have pleased me. Please ask for some benediction. He said, Apart from fighting on your side, you can ask any benediction. So that was the, a sad situation of Bhishma. Tears came out of the eyes of Yudhishthir when he heard that. He was thinking, oh, just see the duty of a Kshatriya. So, such stern. Bhishma, his heart was for Pandavas, but still he had to fight on the side of Kauravas because of the Kshatriya duty. He said, Yudhishthir said, O Bhishma, O grandsire, with you on the Kauravas side, how will we ever win? You know, it will be impossible for us to win the war. How can we overcome you? Although Yudhishthir, he loved his grandfather, but still he had to ask, how can we kill you? Please tell us. Bhishma did not mind it because he knew that Yudhishthir was on the side of Dharma. But still he said, "O Yudhishthir, time has not come to tell you that. In due course of time, I'll tell you. Come to me later." Then Yudhishthir, he went to Drona. He went to his Acharya, the martial teacher, Dronacharya, and he asked for his blessings also. Dronacharya also said the same thing. If you would have not come, inauspiciousness would have come on the Pandavas. But now you have come. I am so very pleased with you. Ask for benediction. Yudhishthira asked the same thing. O Dronacharya, O our venerable teacher, you are the foremost of the warriors. Please tell us how can we overcome you in the war? Drona said the same thing. Actually, Drona said, it is impossible for me to to be defeated in the war. But if I give up my weapons, then you can kill me. And you have to devise some way so that I give up my weapons. And then, Yudhishthir, he offered his respects. All the elders, they gave their blessings to Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir went to Kripacharya, asked for his blessings. And he asked the same thing to Kripacharya also. Kripacharya said, I cannot be defeated in the war, but you please go ahead and win the war. He gave his blessings. Then Yudhishthir went to Shalya. Shalya was the uncle of Yudhishthir. He was the brother of Madri. You know. And actually, Shalya was coming all the way to fight on the side of Yudhishthir. But Duryodhan, he was such a wretched and, diplomatic person. On the way, Duryodhan, he arranged such wonderful reception for Shalya. And Shalya, when he saw all this wonderful reception, he thought Yudhishthir Maharaj has arranged all this for me. He said, whoever has arranged this, I will do anything for that person. So then Duryodhan came in front and said, I have done all this. Now please fight on my side. So Shalya was completely dejected and he was cheated. But still, because he had given the word to, you know, Duryodhan, he had to fight on his side. But when Yudhishthir Maharaj came and asked for the blessings from Shalya, Shalya said, I am so very touched by your humility. I'll do whatever you want. Yudhishthir told that if in future you become the chariot driver of Karna, please discourage him in the war. And then actually, Yudhishthir, he told that you should not be disappointed that you are fighting on the side of Kauravas. You should honor your words, because Yudhishthir, he knew the value of words. In today's age, we use words so casually. We don't even mean it when we say something many times, because in today's age, words do not have much value. People, they speak lies, and people, they speak wrong words, abuses. But a person with Moral value will never speak something which it does not mean. You know, the word should have wonderful qualities. Charu chitrapadam slakshnam rishtam gudham aviklavam sarvesham upakarartham. These are the seven qualities of speech, you know, which were displayed by Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is, incarnation of Supreme Lord. But we should imbibe these qualities of speech. It should be pleasing to others. Charu means pleasing to others. Whenever we speak something, it should be pleasing. And Chitrapadam, it should have some nice metaphors, nice, allegorical statements. It makes the speech attractive. It should be precise, and it should be for the benefit of others. Aviklavam, it should be without any duplicity. So these are the qualities of speech. And one of the qualities of speech is, if you say something, you have to honor your words. You cannot just say something and, just then go back on your words. That was not the Vedic culture. So therefore, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he told Shalya that you have to honor your words. So don't be discouraged. And in this way, he took blessings from all the superiors. So here we can see the glories of being humble and the glories of asking the blessings from superiors and the seniors. Any endeavor we do in this world, our material endeavors, our spiritual endeavors, the blessings of superiors are very, very important. In today's generation, many times younger people, they have, very little respect many times for the elders, for the seniors. It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam that if somebody does not give respect to mother, father, wife, and the superior teachers, gurus, he is like a dead person. You know. So therefore, and he will suffer after this life. So therefore, it is very, very important to give respect to the superiors. In today's age, modern education system is not teaching all these values, not teaching all these, integrity, the, speech should be very, very truthful. All these things are not taught. Modern education is just teaching how to earn money, how to increase the standard of living. But we can see throughout scriptures, throughout Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, the values are given more importance. In Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, Krishna is describing what is knowledge. If you ask in today's world, what is knowledge? Okay, if somebody is a big, having a big degree, or if somebody is a very, very scholarly personality in terms of, his knowledge of science, he is considered to be a very, very important person, knowledgeable person. But what is knowledge in terms of Vedic literature? Knowledge means qualities, quality of being humble, quality of having no pride, giving respect to others, not troubling others, amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, shanti, arjavam, simplicity, modesty, giving respect to the superiors, acharya upasanam. Nowadays, now very few of the students have respect for the seniors. They just greet their seniors and the teachers because their teachers are going to give them some marks or score. Otherwise, they don't have respect for their superiors or the teachers. But Yudhishthir Maharaj is showing by example that if we want to be successful in life, we have to take genuine blessings from the superiors. And modern education is not teaching all that. There is paravidya and aparavidya. Aparavidya means knowledge of this world. Paravidya means knowledge which is given in the scriptures, knowledge of the other world. Aparavidya teaches and gives us a lifestyle, Jivan Shaili. But Paravidya gives life. Paravidya gives Jivan, you know. So therefore it is very important that as we are learning all the things of this world, it is very, very important to learn the spiritual culture and knowledge also. Otherwise, people in this world, they may be dressed in fine cloths, but they may be completely mentally broken. you know. If people they want contentment and satisfaction, the modern knowledge may not give all that. Modern education can just tell how to earn money. That is what modern education focuses on. It focuses on quantity, not on the quality. Spiritual knowledge focuses on the quality of compassion, kindness, respect, loving others, helping others. That is what is taught in the spiritual Vedic wisdom. You know. So therefore, it is very, very important that we have a genuine respect for our superiors. Even in the devotional life, spiritual life, the blessings of the superior devotees are very, very crucial. Many times devotees they request, "Oh Prabhuji, please pray for us." But if somebody and the person, the superior may pray for the subordinate, or other one devotee may pray for other. But it is natural that if somebody has really touched the heart by serving, then the prayers come from the core of the heart. And those prayers are really effective. Actually, we are made of blessings of the superiors. So therefore, Yudhishthir Maharaj, here we can see the nobility of the Yudhishthir Maharaj, such wonderful quality, virtue he has. And then Yudhishthir, after he took blessings from all the elders, he came back and he made an appeal to all the Kaurava warriors. He said, "Anyone who wants to fight on the side of virtue can come to our side." He was making a bold announcement. Anybody who wants to fight on the side of dharma can change their side and come to our side. That time, there was a warrior called Yuyutsu. Yuyutsu was 101st son of Dhritarashtra, born of a maid servant. And he was also standing there fighting for Kauravas. But when he heard this announcement, he came forward and he told Yudhishthir, "Will I be accepted? Will I be welcomed? I want to join your side." So Yudhishthir said, "Yes, come, come. You will be the saving grace for the Kauravas. You will be the one who will do last rites for all the Kauravas." He was very bold and strong. And when Pandavas and all the Pandava army, they saw this, they were so very jubilant. Their morals got boosted. It is very, very important for a leader to boost the morale of the followers. Whenever there is a team, the team has to feel good about the cause they are working for. The team has to feel good about the leader they are working under. So, it is the responsibility of the leader to help themselves and help the subordinates to do the right things. So, therefore, it is the responsibility of the leader to set right direction, you know, build the morale of the followers, you know, give them right ideals. And in fact, who is a leader? Everyone in the society has a leadership role, whoever they may be, mothers, fathers, housewives, teachers, husband, guru, everyone, they are potentially leaders because they have somebody under them whom they are, you know, giving direction. Therefore, it is described that leadership is a very, very crucial role one has to play, and one has to be really aware of guiding the subordinate in a proper path. Yudhishthir was giving the highest of the virtue. So therefore, all the soldiers they became so very happy and so very jubilant to see their leader Yudhishthir Maharaj displaying such virtue that even on the battlefield, somebody was ready to change the sides. Although Yutsu was not a very very powerful warrior, but still, just by this one act, Yudhishthir increased the morale of the entire army because Yudhishthir was fighting for a noble cause. When we see in our spiritual life, Krishna consciousness is the most noble cause we are working for. And in our Krishna consciousness, we have the greatest of the leaders, greatest of the ideals, most noble and the most virtuous leaders we have in the society, in our history. So therefore, if we want to take to the spiritual life seriously, we have to understand the glory of Krishna consciousness. If we don't understand the glory of what we have received, then we may not take it seriously. It'll be as if somebody gets a diamond and he does not understand the value of diamond and he loses it. So therefore, this process of Krishna consciousness, devotional life, it is a very, very rare opportunity which we have received. First of all, human form is rare, and to get a chance to practice spiritual life is still more rare, rarest of the rare things. So Yudhishthir, he was so very virtuous, but you know, Kauravas could amass 11 Akshohini divisions of warriors, and Pandavas had only 7. Just by seeing the numbers, somebody may get a doubt. If Pandavas were so very virtuous, then why they were not having bigger army? Because at that time Kali Yuga was beginning. It was about to begin, and there were many kings who were vicious, who were sinful, and they sided with Kauravas. So therefore, in this world, it is very important that we should not be discouraged to see that there are most of the people who are not taking to spiritual life. And on top of that, those people who are not taking to spiritual life, they are also living happily. So then the question may come, why should I practice spiritual life? Well, they should not discourage us. There is a huge difference between a person who is a materialist and a spiritualist. Materialist means who has no inclination for spiritual life, for understanding of scriptures, God. And a spiritualist has full faith in all these things. What is the difference? For a materialist, he sees only from this lifetime point of view. And therefore, this is the cause of greed, envy, arrogance. Because this person thinks I have only this life. So I should make best use of this life. I want to enjoy to the fullest of the capacity. And for that, I can do anything I want. By hook or crook, I want to enjoy. They don't care for what others are going through, what others are suffering, how others are suffering. That is a materialist. Now somebody was telling a joke that, a person was telling his friend, "Are your weight is increasing, Kamkar. You are increasing." So his friend said, "Arey, jane do na. इस जीवन में जितना खाना है खा लो, वजन कम करके क्या करना है, क्योंकि अगले जन्म में सबको 3 किलो से ही शुरू करना है, यू नो. So that is what is the philosophy of people who are materialists. For them, this life is all in all. But for a spiritualist, he understands that soul is eternal. Whatever I am doing now, I will have to undergo the reaction. So therefore, he lives by the principles laid down by God. He practices moral principles, he lives by integrity, he lives by moral values. And by this Mahabharat, Krishna is showing to the whole world, however powerful people may be, but if you are on the side of adharma, you will be lost. That is the proclamation of Arjuna, Sanjay at the end of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. So Sanjay is telling, wherever there is Krishna, the foremost of all the yogis, wherever there is Arjuna, foremost of the archers, there will be opulence, victory, morality, and dharma. So that is what is understandable. That is what spiritualist is. He understands that if I am on the side of dharma, ultimately I'll be victorious. Many times when people they go, those who want material gains, they are ready to live sinfully because they don't understand that there is reaction for everything, you know and it may be possible that they may live, these sinful people, they may live happily. They should not confuse us. They should not make us think, oh, just see this person, he is living happily although he is so very sinful. No, just time is separating from his terrible fate. You cannot cheat the laws of nature. You can cheat the laws of this government. You cannot cheat the laws of nature. So Duryodhan, he had attracted so many vicious kings. He had formed alliances. When Pandavas were in the forest, he had went all over the world and he had made alliances with all the vicious kings. But Yudhishthir, by his natural humility and integrity and morality, he could also attract so many of the pious kings. So the battle started, and for first 10 days, Bhishma was the commander in chief on the side of Kauravas, and he created havoc. And somehow Yudhishthir, he was very dejected by seeing this, everyday defeat. Krishna consoled Yudhishthir Maharaj and boosted his morale. And then on the 10th day after Bhishma fell, Drona was coronated as the commander in chief. Duryodhan, he told Dronacharya that, "Oh grandfather, oh teacher, oh spiritual, oh our martial teacher, please arrest Yudhishthir, and I will challenge him to gamble. Again we will defeat him, and again we'll send them to forest." He did not know that Yudhishthir had learned the art of gambling while staying in the forest. So on the 11th day, Dronacharya was fighting and he wanted to arrest Yudhishthir Maharaj. But Pandavas, they came to know this and they were trying to protect Yudhishthir, headed by Arjuna. Arjuna was fighting fiercely with Dronacharya. After the 11th day, Dronacharya said, "I cannot defeat Arjun. If you want me to arrest Yudhishthir, please keep Arjuna out of my way." Next day, on the 12th day, Dronacharya attacked Yudhishthir fiercely. He broke his chariot, he broke his armor. He was about to arrest Yudhishthir Maharaj. But somehow Drishtadyumna and others came in and Yudhishthir was saved. The battle went on. On the 15th day, you know, Arjuna, he was diverted by the army of Kauravas, and Chakravyuh was formed. Only Arjuna knew how to break that Chakravyuha. Nobody else knew. Apart from Arjuna, only Abhimanyu knew how to break the Chakravyuh. He knew how to enter, but he did not know how to come out of that Chakravyuh. Yudhishthir was confused because Abhimanyu was just a 16 years old boy. Although he was a very, very powerful warrior, but he was just a young boy. And he was in confusion because he did not want to risk the life of a young boy. But then Yudhishthir thought that it is not the question of his life, because if this Chakravyuha is not broken, then it will cost the lives of thousands and thousands of Pandava warriors. So therefore, Yudhishthir, he went and asked Abhimanyu that, can break this Chakravyuha? Abhimanyu said, yes, I have heard when I was in the womb of my mother. I have heard from my father how to break that Chakravyuha, but then, when my father was telling how to come out, my mother went to sleep. Because Subhadra, she was not so much interested in all that, military art. So she slept off, dozed off. So Abhimanyu could not hear how to come out. Bhima said, don't worry, you just break this Chakravyuha, enter that, and we will follow inside. We will follow you and we will do the needful. So then Abhimanyu agreed, and he very fiercely fought and broke the Chakravyuh apart and entered. But Yudhishthir and all the Pandavas, they did not know there was one personality who could resist the attack of all the Pandavas apart from Arjun, and that was Jayadratha. Jayadratha had done tapasya, and he had got benedictions that he will be able to defeat all the Pandavas except Arjun. So Jayadratha stopped all the Pandava warriors.
Prabhuji, we cannot hear you.
Hare Krishna. I'm audible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So Abhimanyu, when he went inside and he was trapped, and all the Kaurava warriors, they very irreligiously and mercilessly they slaughtered Abhimanyu. As a result, Yudhishthir was completely devastated. And then Narad Muni, he came and he consoled Yudhishthir Maharaj, and he described the philosophy of the eternality of the soul, how soul is eternal, and how he described that Abhimanyu was such a noble warrior, such a virtuous warrior. He was fighting on the side of dharma. He led a virtuous life and he died in a heroic way. So therefore he has received the highest of the destinations. He has gone to a place from where nobody returns. He has gone to the world beyond the temptations. Actually, he attained the spiritual realm. So therefore, please don't lament for him. That's what Narad Muni told. And Yudhishthir was pacified a little bit. In our lives, many times we have to see the death of our near ones, and it is many times intolerable. It is so very difficult to, handle the death of our near and dear ones. At that time, only one thing can give solace. When we understand that the person is not dead, he has just gone to some other place. to continue his life. That is how the philosophy of soul pacifies a person in grief, because he understands, okay, my beloved is not dead, he's there somewhere, he has gone to continue his journey. That is a very, very crucial thing, and that's what we see throughout the scriptures. Whenever a person dies, a superior personality comes and he speaks this philosophy of soul. And when a great devotee of the Lord leaves, it is a mixed feeling of happiness and sorrow. Sorrow because we'll be not getting the association of a devotee, and we are happy because that devotee has attained the best of the destinations. You know. So after that, Yudhishthir, he somehow was pacified, and then after Dronacharya fell, Karna came in, and on the 14th day, Ghatotkach was called because Karna was creating havoc in the army. And then Ghatotkach was killed by Karna, and Yudhishthir, he became so very angry. He wanted to kill Karna. But then Vyasdev came and calmed him down. He told him that, oh, you should not, you know, go out of your, gravity. You should understand the seriousness of the situation. You cannot kill Karna, you will be destroyed. But Yudhishthir, he was such a wonderful leader. He was always thinking and caring for the subordinates. That's how a leader should be. He should always be thinking of the welfare of subordinates also. And if the subordinates understand that our leader cares for us, then they are also ready to go out of their way to work for the leader. That's how Yudhishthir Maharaj was. He was such a wonderful, caring leader. He was a compassionate leader. He was a compassionate person. He was a compassionate leader. And that's how he was caring for the entire society and entire army. And if the leader is compassionate and caring, he encourages all the subordinates to behave in the same way and care for each other. In a society of Krishna consciousness, we have to take care of our other devotees. You know, we have to have a loving relationship with all the devotees. This is very, very important. We have to take care of them. We have to be compassionate on every devotee. That's how we will develop a loving relationship. And if we want to survive in the long run in Krishna consciousness throughout our life, many of the devotees, they always tell that, at one point of time, I was going through so many difficulties. But because I had good friends in this society, that's why I continued. So, therefore, it is very, very important to have very deep, friendly relationships, very loving relationships with our other friends and devotees. And that's how, if we inculcate these qualities in ourselves, then we'll be able to give to the juniors, to our subordinates. If we have compassion for each other, if we have compassion for our friends, then we can show that same love and affection to our subordinates also. You know. And then on the 17th day, Karna, he became commander, and he started fighting fiercely, and he wanted to just humiliate Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir was fighting with Karna, although Karna was more powerful, more skilled than Yudhishthir Maharaj. But Yudhishthir was so very angry that he fought fiercely and actually overpowered Karna for some time. But then Karna, he came back and used all his power, and he destroyed the armor, destroyed the chariot, destroyed the horses of Yudhishthir Maharaj. But interestingly, Karna did not kill Yudhishthir Maharaj. Why? Because he had given a vow to Kunti Maharani that your five sons will remain. I will not kill Yudhishthir, I will not kill Bhima, I will not kill Nakul, I will not kill Sahadev. But I will not leave Arjun. So therefore, Yudhishthir was saved that day. He did not, Karna did not kill Yudhishthir. But for a Kshatriya, this was a great insult. He felt so very humiliated. He was pained physically and mentally both. So somehow, he went in seclusion to recover from the wounds. Arjuna came to know this, that Yudhishthir Maharaj is missing. He had gone somewhere. He became anxious. He became worried. So he went to Bhima and he told, "Oh Bhima, please take care of the army. Please take care of the war. I'll just go and check Yudhishthir Maharaj's health and I'll come back." And he told Krishna that, "Oh Krishna, please take me to the place where Yudhishthir Maharaj has gone." Now, the greatest conflict among the Pandavas is about to happen. You know, so many conflicts have happened in the history of Pandavas, but all those conflicts were, not big. They were just words spoken amongst each other, and that too not much. But in this case, now what is going to happen? This is going to be the biggest conflict. So Yudhishthir, he was humiliated, and then he was lying on a bed trying to recuperate from the wounds. Arjuna came to meet him. As soon as Yudhishthir he saw Arjuna, he thought, "Oh, Arjuna has killed Karna and he has come back victorious." He was delighted to see Arjuna, because for a Kshatriya, he was badly wounded and humiliated by Karna, and for a Kshatriya, he can tolerate the physical pain, but he cannot tolerate the insult. That's what Krishna is telling to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Akirti chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya chakirti maranadatirichyate. So he's telling, oh Arjun, if you leave the battle and if you go to the forest, you know what will happen? People will come and criticize you. They will tell that you have ran away from the battlefield. You are a coward. And for a Kshatriya, words of insult are worse than death. You will not be able to tolerate that. And you will kill them. So therefore, Yudhishthir, he was very, very pained. And therefore, when he saw that, oh, Arjuna has come. So it seems Arjuna has killed Karna and he has come to give the good news to me. So Yudhishthir started glorifying. He said, "Oh Arjuna, it is so very wonderful that you have come and you have defeated and killed our Karna. With Karna on the battlefield, it would have been impossible for us to defeat Kauravas. But now you have killed Karna, and now Duryodhan is defeated. You are glorious, you are amazing, oh Arjun, you have done such a wonderful thing. Now, in fact, we have won the battle. If Karna is not there, then battle is won." So in this way, Yudhishthir was glorifying Arjun. Arjuna, he was in complete dilemma. He took a deep breath and he said, "Oh brother, oh king, you are not aware of the facts. Actually, I was fighting on the other side of the army and I came to know about you. And I became so very worried. So therefore, I have come to see you. I have come to ask about your welfare. And after taking blessings from you, I will definitely go and kill Karna." So when Yudhishthira he heard this, he was utterly disappointed. You know, he was completely irritated, frustrated. Actually, in the war, there is a tremendous pressure on the side of king. On the leader, there is a tremendous pressure because one decision can cost the life of thousands of soldiers. And Yudhishthir, he was thinking himself responsible. And he started chastising Arjuna. He said, "Oh Arjun, how is it that you have left the battle and you have come here when enemy is still destroying our armies? It is not good that you have come. Indeed, that you have acted like a eunuch." Very strong words, he says. He continues. He says, "In fact, why did you take a vow to kill Karna if you could not kill him? You should give up your Gandiva to somebody else if you cannot kill Karna. Give to somebody else who can kill Karna." And in this way, he was chastising. He said, "With you as our protector, we are doomed." When Arjuna heard this, actually, he had taken a vow. Anybody who tells Arjuna to give up his Gandiva, he will kill that personality. He had taken a vow. So that's sometimes these vows taken by the Kshatriyas, they are very, you know, you know, unique and amusing vows. What was the need for Arjuna to take such a vow? But that's how Kshatriyas are. They are attached to their weapons also. They are attached to the fighting spirit. So nobody can tell them that you should not, you cannot fight. You are low class Kshatriya. No, that is an insult for them. That's why Arjuna had taken this vow. And Yudhishthir, he knew this. He knew that Arjuna had taken a vow, but because of the pressure of the war, he forgot that. That's what happens many times when we are under pressure. So many deadlines we have to fulfill in the office and other things. We may forget very basic things in life. That's what happens many times when we are practicing spiritual life with because of the pressure of the material field, pressure of the so many things going on in the office, or some relationship issues are going on, or something else is going on. Many times we may forget the basic things which we have to do in spiritual life. The basics of spiritual life is very, very crucial, and we have to always remember it. No matter what happens, we have to remember what is the basic we have to practice. Our chanting of Hare Krishna, after our following of the four regulative principles, they are the basic things. So no matter what happens, we have to do these things. We cannot forget that. And Krishna reciprocates according to our intentions. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. If we are really serious and sincere in our spiritual practices, then Krishna gives the intelligence. He gives us the remembrance how to practice these things. Many times it seems so very difficult. I have so many things to do. I cannot do my basic chanting. I cannot follow these things. But if we are really determined, if we are really eager, then Krishna will give that intelligence how to do it, even in the difficult situations. You know. So Yudhishthir, he knew that Arjuna had taken a vow, but under the pressure of the war, he forgot that. And he spoke these words. Arjuna, immediately he took out his sword. Can you imagine? He took out his sword and he was about to kill Yudhishthir. That's the vow of a Kshatriya. It is unimaginable that Arjuna, who loved his brother so much, he was ready to do anything for Yudhishthir Maharaj. But still, because he had taken a vow, so he was ready to kill Yudhishthir. Although he did not want to kill him, but because of the pressure of the vow which he had taken, he raised his sword. He was about to kill. That's how Kshatriya vow is. Krishna, fortunately, Krishna was there. He said, "Oh Arjuna, what are you doing? How can you kill your brother? There are no enemies here. Please don't do this." Arjuna said, "The king has told me to give up my Gandiva and I cannot do that. I have taken a vow. So therefore, if I don't follow my vow, I'll be ruined." It is very interesting that in those days, for people to follow their vow, it was the question of life and death. You know. And over the period of time, this has degraded so much that now we don't even care to follow the principles or vows many times. Many of the people, when they practice spiritual life, they have so many problems following the basic things because they don't understand the value of the vow, the commitments which we are making. Many times when we interact with the students, they say, I was chanting 16 rounds, but then because of some things I have now reduced. Every time you we come down on our standards of spiritual practice, we are giving an indication to the mind that it is possible to reduce chanting, it is possible to you know not follow the vows, not follow the regulative principles. And the more we do it, the more we are programming our mind that okay, you can say no to these things, you can decrease the rounds, decrease the chanting. And the more regularly we do it, the more difficult it becomes to be situated on the you know principles. It will be difficult to chant our fixed number of rounds. So therefore it is very, very important that we should not give a chance to our mind to think that option is there. If option is there, by default mind will choose a lower option. So therefore spiritual life is not optional, it is compulsory. And because people, they don't see the connection between the spiritual and the material life, they think, oh, these are two different things. No. If we live our spiritual life, follow our principles properly, that same thing will be reflected in our material life also. If we are not able to follow the principles in our spiritual life, we will not be able to follow the you know principles in our material life also. That's why people, they become so very disturbed that they are not able to be successful in their field because they are not determined. Determination is a basic thing which is required in any field to be successful. You know. So Arjuna was such a powerful personality. He had taken a vow, and he was about to kill his own brother. Actually, we have to understand that although Yudhishthir Maharaj was speaking so many harsh words, but he was actually troubled. There was such a background story which was there. So therefore, in our lives, when we see somebody speaking harsh words, we should not immediately react. We have to find out the background story. As it is said, don't judge others because you don't know their story. You know, one time there was a father and the child. Child was little grown up, around 12 years old, and they were traveling in the train. And this child was looking out in the through the window, and he was pointing out to various things. Oh, father, just see the tree. Oh, then father was telling, oh, can you see that? That is a dog, and that is a goat. And other people, they were getting annoyed. What is this going on? This is a 12 years old boy, and father is showing him all these things which are matlab, normal. So then, some one of the friend was also there of this boy. He was observing all this. He said, actually, my friend was blind from birth. Today he got operated and he has got his vision first time now. And then the paradigm changed. So therefore, before reacting to the harsh words, we have to understand why they are speaking something. Everybody has a reason. There is something which is going on in their mind. That's why they are speaking like this, And we should have one trusted superior who can guide us in crisis. For Arjuna, Krishna was there because Arjuna was a surrendered devotee. For him, Krishna was there, always present to guide him. So therefore, we have to find superiors and the trusted seniors who can guide us in our crisis, in our difficult situations. You know. And what happened later, after that, we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Uh, a wonderful session, as always. Really grateful for that, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, you had mentioned 7 types of speech. So,
Yeah.
could you speak a little about that or elaborate on those 7 types of?
Okay. So this comes in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which in that there is a conversation going on between Prithu Maharaj and the residents, and there, Prithu Maharaj is speaking very beautifully, and the speech of Prithu Maharaj is described as Charu, Chitrapadam, Slakshnam, Mrishtam, Gudham, Aviklavam, and Sarvesham Upakarartham. These are the 7 qualities of speech. Charu means it should be very beautiful. It should be pleasing to hear, you know. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Anudvegakaram Vakyam, it should be non-agitating. Chitrapadam, Chitrapadam means it should be full of metaphorical language. Generally when some uh, scholars or some intellectual personality they speak, as you see in the Bhagavatam, lots of metaphorical things are there, lots of analogies there. That's how the speech becomes ornamented. You know, so that requires a lots of practice, and it is not ordinary. Because Prithu Maharaj is a incarnation of Supreme Lord. He had such wonderful quality, metaphorical language. Slakshnam means it should be very very clear. Whenever we are speaking to somebody, we should convey the message very clearly. It should not leave any confusion, because miscommunication is the root of conflicts. Many times conflicts arise because of miscommunication, things not told properly. You meant something else but you spoke something else. you know that's why the speech should be slakshnam, very very clear. Mrishtam means very great. Whenever we speak, it should be always the basic principles should be always emphasized in our speech. Whenever we are giving a speech anywhere, it should be great. you know it should describe the ideal qualities, ideal values. That is mrishtam. Gudham means it should be meaningful. Not that, okay, I'm speaking anything, whatever is coming in my mind. It should be meaningful. It should convey a very crystal clear meaning. And it should be aviklavam. Aviklavam means without any doubt. When we speak something, it should not leave a doubt. Okay, I don't know what that person meant. He spoke something, but I could not understand. That should not be the case. It should be very, very clear without any doubt. And that is aviklavam sarvesham upakarartham. It should be for the benefit of everyone. Sarvesham upakarartham. So these are the 7 qualities of speech. These are the ideal qualities when we are speaking something. So basically, in our day-to-day language, day-to-day conversation, few things we have to be very careful of. First is we should speak the truth in a pleasing way, and if we find that truth is not pleasing, better not to speak it. Because we should not become the carriers of bad news. Anyways, the person will receive the bad news from somewhere. So our words, we should try to keep our words pleasing. We should be as grave as possible when we are speaking something, which is not very palatable. We should be speaking for the benefit of others, not just for making fun of somebody else. That's what many times people do. People like to insult or tease others or pull others each other's leg. That is not a cultured civilization. In friends, sometimes it is okay if the other person is not taking it seriously, because many times people think, even in the devotee circle, it's people say, oh no, I am so very familiar with him, I'm intimate with him. Intimacy does not mean disrespect. If we become disrespectful, then the friendship gets destroyed. In the name of familiarity, we should not be disrespectful. You know, just like many times people try to call each other by the nicknames. I'll tell you one time, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was there in his room, and His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj called his servant, Radhanath Maharaj's, servant. He called, Giriraj Maharaj called, and he said, "This is Giriraj Swami speaking. Can I talk to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj?" So Giriraj Maharaj and Radhanath Swami Maharaj, they are close friends since so many years. But still, when he called, he spoke such gently, with such respect. His Holiness, can I talk to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj? So being close friends does not mean that we can be disrespectful. We have to be always respectful to others. So that's how the relationship increases. That's how the relationship becomes more and more strong. So these are the few qualities of speech. Okay.
Haribol, Prabhuji,
Yes.
but sometimes if we notice that, like in this also, that elders are doing something which is not appropriate or not completely right. So is it not an offense to go against them or oppose them?
What is the last word? Go against them or
Oppose them, oppose
oppose
them.
them. Okay. Okay. So we have to understand that if our elders are doing something wrong, see, if anybody is doing wrong, it is wrong. You know, no matter who is doing it. But there is a way to, you know, deal with that person. If a person is an elder personality, and if he is doing something wrong, if he is speaking something wrong, then there is a way to, deal with that superior person. See, whoever does a wrong thing, it is wrong. It is not that if the elder is doing something wrong, it becomes right. No. Whoever does a wrong thing, it is wrong. But we have to understand, we have to learn the art of, giving a feedback to a superior person. If we think, no, no, he's too superior to us, we cannot even tell anything to him. Just tell some other superior. We don't have to follow whatever wrong the superior is telling. At the same time, we should not just keep quiet. You know, or it may be possible that the whatever the superior is telling, we may perceive it as wrong, but because of our limited understanding, we are thinking like that. So better clarify the behavior and the words of a superior which we find conflicting, clarify with some other superior personality. And if it's really speaking in a wrong way and doing something wrong, then better, just approach some other superior personality. But we should never tolerate the wrong which is done by a superior just because he is elder, you know. But we should never disrespect them. We should always do the needful, but never disrespect the superiors. To such an extent, we can see in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Ashwatthama, he killed actually. He killed 5 sons of Draupadi. And Draupadi was so very lamenting and she was crying. And Arjuna, when he arrested Ashwatthama and brought him in front of Draupadi, although Ashwatthama was killer of her 5 sons, still she was so very respectful to Ashwatthama. She told that, oh, this person is a Brahmana. He's supposed to be respected. Please do not deal with him in this way. So therefore, these are the ideals which are given in our scriptures. Although Ashwatthama did a very severely wrong thing, but still he was respected by Draupadi and he was dealt in a appropriate way. So if a superior personality is doing something wrong, we have to deal with him in a right, proper way. And how to get the intelligence, how we will get the intelligence, what to do in a particular situation, we can see from Yudhishthir. We can see from Arjun. In this case of Ashwatthama, there is a particular word which is used. Arjuna, he was knowing the heart of Krishna. Harer Hardam. He knew the heart of Krishna. That's why Krishna gave him right intelligence to deal with the situation at that moment. So therefore, if we are really, cautious of our day-to-day activities, as Krishna says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam, Krishna gives the intelligence. What to do at this moment. But if we are regularly choosing the right thing when there is no calamity going on and we are doing very sincerely our devotional practices, then Krishna gives the intelligence to do the right thing at the right moment. But at no point of time an elder should be disrespected, even if he is doing anything wrong. They should be dealt with properly through proper channel. But personally, we should be very, very respectful to them. Okay.
Which in connection to relationship,
Mataji, I'm not able to hear.
relationship or the vows which we take, or the principles which we have.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, you are not audible. Can you repeat? Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Now you are
Can
audible.
can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji. Now
So,
I'm
Prabhuji, just okay, thank you. So, just that how much more important are relationships, the vows or the principles which we have, and how much, how should we weigh both the things? Maybe we might not be taking vows at now, but we might have certain principles which we follow. So how
yeah.
to keep a balance in that? And
Okay. So yeah, in our day-to-day life, we may have relatives who may not be inclined to the spiritual life. At the same time, they are our close relatives, and we have our vows, our principles to follow in our spiritual practices. How to have a balance, Yeah, this is very, very interesting and important to understand how to balance. First thing, which is very, very crucial and basic, is as I said last time in the last question, we should never disrespect anyone, whoever they may be. Even if they are not following spiritual life, we should never disrespect our relatives, our friends, our old friends, we don't have to condemn them just because they are not following spiritual life. We don't have to look down upon them that they are so very sinful, they are breaking four regulative principles, whoever they may be. We have to be respectful to them for who they were with us. And they never did anything wrong to us. They were our friends, they are our relatives. So they deserve our respect. But at the same time, we have to understand how much close we can go, you know, to our relatives. And in that, the principle, the six principles of association comes in picture. When we are with our relatives, of course, we have to respect them, take care of them, help them, but we don't have to reveal our minds to them. We don't have to ask them our spiritual problems, because they will never, anyways, never appreciate that. It is described very nicely in the seventh canto. Prahlad Maharaj is telling how to deal with your uh, relatives. ज्ञातयः पितरः पुत्रा भ्रातरः सुहृदोपरे यद्वदन्ति यदिच्छन्ति चानुमोदेत निर्मम. This one verse is a crucial verse which gives the insight of how to deal with the relatives without hurting them. He says, Prahlad is telling, Gyataya, our known people, Pitra, our fathers, elderly people, Putra, our subordinates, Bhratara, our brothers, Suridopare, our well-wishers. They will give so many suggestions. Oh, you should come to this program, you should come to this party, or you should invest in this way, you should live your life in this way. I think this will be better for you. They keep giving suggestions. Oh, why you are going to that place? Why you're spending time? So much time in the spiritual activities, spend time with your family, come with us. So many suggestions, they keep coming. How to deal with them? Yad vadanti, yad icchanti. Whatever they tell, whatever they desire, you know what you should say? Cha anumodet. Please acknowledge their requests. What is the problem in acknowledging? Prabhupada writes, whenever somebody tells, you should say yes, you should say yes, yes, that's all right. Very rightly you have said this. You know, but nirmama, never accept their proposal. Don't buy their thoughts. Acknowledge them. Whatever they say, you acknowledge them. Okay, whatever you're saying is good, but you don't have to, you know apply that thing in your life. And you know what will happen in due course of time? If you just keep saying yes and you don't work on it, but at the same time you're respectful, these people, they will understand, oh, this person is a little different, and slowly they will understand what they should expect from you and what they should not expect from you. So in this way, the relationship will be maintained, and our spiritual life will be saved. So this is a very important, to have a balance of respecting the elders and our relatives and our friends, at the same time not buying their ideas, not following what they are telling. For that, we have to have our regular association with our devotees, our friends who are interested in spiritual life. That will give us impetus to understand, okay, yes, what I am doing is right. Okay. So, but they should never be disrespected. As Prabhupada would always tell, that my devotees are perfect ladies and gentlemen. If devotees, they don't behave with their relatives properly, then the relatives, they think, oh, if this person is behaving in this way, after going to this society, I will never go to this place. So that is how we have to understand these situations. Okay, Mataji.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
We'll be awaiting the next session. Thank you.
Hare Hare.